What's going on, Broncos country? This through the Bronco. Um, just back with some news. You know what I mean? It's news. It's news. That's why I'm back. I don't like to do all that no nonsense news and stuff like that. But no, but I think this one is kind of meaningful. But I would like to say, give it like a little my heart salute to everybody that's out there in the chat. And I also want to let y'all know, Brandon McManus was released yesterday, and the Broncos are working out today. They're working out Parker White from South Carolina, and they are also working out Brett Mayer today uh, at OTAs. They're working those two kickers out. Parker White from South Carolina and Brett Mayer. So as I get into the video, um, I'm gonna start this off with Brandon McManus with his stats since he's been with the Broncos. He was with the Broncos for his whole 4 9 seasons in the league. So let me just do his stats. In 2014, he had 13 field goal attempts. His percentage was 69.2. In 2015, he had 35 field goal attempts. His percentage was 85.7. And then in 2016, he had 34 field goal attempts. His percentage was 85.3. 2017, he had 32 field goal attempts. His percentage was 75. So you see how it goes up and down. His percentage was, up and down, up and down. And 2018, he had 25 field goal attempts. Percentage was 80. 2020, he had 34 field goal attempts. His percentage was 82. 2021, 31 field goal attempts. His percentage was 83.9. 2022, he had 36 field goal attempts. His percentage was 77.8. So you see how stats, was the percentage of making them was up and down. It was up for a few years, down for a few years since he, you know, been with the Broncos. But Brandon McManus, he was before, I go on script. I like to go off script, and that's what I'm gonna do. You know, um, Brandon McManus, he was more than just a kicker, for the Broncos. You know what I mean? He's also part of, a voice in the NFL um, with the NFLPA. So he was like that. He was representing the Denver Broncos with that, and he's been a captain for so many odd years. He was a leader, leader of men. I mean, kind of, this is kind of his own because you know he played a special part of that Super Bowl 50 team. He was really a big part of Super Bowl 50. Brandon McManus, he played a very big part in that Super Bowl 50 win. Yes, he did, y'all. Yeah, he did play a real, very big part in that Super Bowl 50 team. He will be really missed, surely missing that locker room. But, Sean Payton, he's coming and he's implementing his own thing. You know what I mean? He's building the team in his own vision. You gotta really expect that from an established head coach. And Sean Payton is really an established head coach. We can't question that. I'm not one to question the move. Special teams we've been lacking in special teams since what 2015, since that Super Bowl 50 team. Our special teams been up, special teams been down, been up, been down. Special teams been up, been down. And Sean Payton vowed to get the Broncos back clicking on all three phases in order for the Broncos to compete and take back the AFC West, which is rightfully ours, which is rightfully the Denver Broncos. We have to click on all three phases of the ball. Right. All three phases of the ball has to be playing well. And Sean Payton vowed to fix all three phases of that of the football. All three phases. That's what he's doing. And then also, yesterday, this is about Brandon McManus, but I also want to throw this in there. Yesterday, the Broncos also signed nose tackle Tyler Lancaster, nose tackle from the Green Bay Packers, and they also brought old tackle Cam Fleming back for depth on the old. He Cam Fleming, he's a swing tackle. And Tyler Lancaster, he might take that Deshaun Watson, Deshaun Deshaun Williams role. You know what I mean? He might fill that void. We'll see how that play out. I'll probably bring a video on that. But just had to mention that. And like I was saying, today in OTAs, you got Brett Mayer, the kicker. He used to kick for the Saints when Sean Payton was there. I think it was the 2021 season that Brett Mayer was kicking for Sean Payton and New Orleans. They brought him in, and then they brought Parker White in too, kicker from South Carolina. So that's who they're working out today in the OTA. So we'll hear something on that, and once I hear something on that, I will bring that to you, the winner of that kicker battle. Who wins, right? I gotta bring that to y'all. But getting back to my script, McManus was viewed by the Broncos. He was waived by the Broncos on November 2014. The Broncos signed Connor Ball as his replacement, right? I know all Bronco fans remember Connor Ball, but then, I guess some Connor Ball, if he couldn't kick to save his life, right? Y'all remember that he really couldn't kick to save his life, so they quickly brought Brandon McManus back. You know what I mean? After he cleared waivers, they brought Brandon McManus back. And like I said, Brandon McManus, he was the last man standing from that Super Bowl 50 team. So this is mostly like a different Broncos squad, right? Mostly ain't nobody left from that Super Bowl 50 team. Is it a bad thing? Is it a good thing? I mean, it could be a good thing and it could be a bad thing, but I think mostly it's a good thing because, you know, now it's really no pressure, but it's still pressure because you still got to perform. Because under Sean Payton tutelage as a head coach, if y'all not performing, if the players not performing, they're not going to be there. If they not up to snuff, they ain't doing it right. They ain't trying their best, you know, and they can't cut the mustard. They won't be a Bronco. Sean Payton wants people who want to be Broncos. That's what he was hired for. Clean out. Not saying that was the case with Brandon McManus, but special teams was lacking. Special teams wasn't good for the last 6 years, 6 7 years. Special teams wasn't good at all. So this is what to be expected. This is what is expected. But a lot of people thinking that okay they just cut Brandon McManus. Why didn't they do that in March, right? When free agency hit, where they could go out and just you know sign a kicker, right? Who knows? I'm not in a front office. I don't know, but that's what I was wondering too. So when I get news, I gotta bring y'all news, and this is news. Sorry I couldn't bring it to y'all yesterday. Sorry I couldn't bring it to y'all yesterday, but bringing it to you today. So that's Brandon McManus. Now I don't know nothing about Parker White. That was I just got an update. You know, like emails on my computer. Just got that. So, but I did do some on Brett Mayer. Brett Mayer's stats. His stats is not as long as Brandon McManus. He might have just came in the league, but Brett Mayer his stats is in 2018 he had 36 field goal attempts, 80.6 percentage. 2021, 18 attempts, 88.9%. In 2022, when he was with the Dallas Cowboys, he had 32 field goal attempts. His percentage was 90.6. That means he was accurate, right? Accurate, a very accurate kicker. You know what I mean? Very accurate. And that's what the Broncos are looking for. Look, last year we lost 9 games. The Broncos lost 9 games by one score. And if the kicker kicked the field goal, right? We win those. We could win at least maybe half of the 9. Say maybe 4.5, 5. And then it's a whole different story. Maybe the Broncos push for a wild card. Maybe Nathaniel Hackett probably is our head coach again, right? Never that, right? Never that. Never that. He was probably the worst. He was the worst head coach in Broncos history to me. That's just how I feel about it. Right. You know. But right here it says, uh, gotta go on script again. The Broncos set to work out kicker Brett Mayer Wednesday after releasing Brandon McManus after 9 seasons. McManus was the last player left from that Super Bowl 50 team. Brett Mayer played for Sean Payton in 2021 with the New Orleans Saints. And Mayer last kicked for the Dallas Cowboys last season, and he was good. You know what I mean? He was good. Look, he had a 90.6 percentage, field goal percentage that he made. He made the field goals 90.6 times, right? That's a good percentage, 90.6. But he melted down. He had Brett Mayer. He had a meltdown in the postseason, but he was good for the regular season. You know what I mean? He was good for the regular season, but he had a little meltdown. He had a little meltdown in the postseason. So we'll see where this goes. Like I said, the Broncos, they brought Brett Mann today for a workout in OTAs, and they also brought Parker White in from South Carolina for a workout. So I'm gonna keep y'all updated, and I'm gonna leave y'all like this with a Maha salute or Maha salute.